All right, so Coach, oh! Is that gonna go up in the wrestling Taj Mahal in the Defense Soap wrestling room?
I don't know. We're probably gonna move over to St. Ed's because I want the high school duels, junior high duels, the divisional states that we won, and we have 2 more. If we could do the sweep 5 trophies, we'll take them to St. Ed's.
We'll go Eagles with it.
Yeah.
Okay, so that one, that final duel, they matched up really well with you.
We matched up really well with everybody. I think we won all of our duels in double digits, but they came down the last 3 matches every time.
When you look at that Perry one, that was like, I was like, wow, they took the lead on you in the upper weights.
Yeah, we usually kind of start steamrolling there, but we came back nice, so that was good.
What would you say is the turning point for you in any duel? Is there any one performance today that really stood out to you?
Well, I mean, all the kids did fantastic. The thing that really stood out is I think we got pinned 2 times in 5 dual meets. So when you have kids not giving up bonus points and they're fighting like hell, that's big. I think honestly 2 pins in 5 duels. Stuff like that's a turning point. But I mean, we have like a murderer's row. You start getting Eaton and Miller brothers and.
Hey guys, did you see all this stuff has to go?
Yeah. Then I lost my train of thought. But you know, all the way up.
Murderer's Row.
Yeah, it gets really tough.
The Miller brothers are freaks.
They're getting there, aren't they?
Oh my goodness! I remember when they were like they weren't making teams; they were backups.
Well, they were driving me insane for years, but they're doing a really good job at they grew up.
And Sandrifer looked incredible today.
Joseph's back. Yeah, Joseph was giving me a lot of grief earlier in the year, but Joseph, he's back. He did a nice job.
Timmy Mazer is meaner than a rattlesnake. Could you ask for a better leadoff?
No, and he's been out for a month. He just came back from a cracked kneecap. He's had 1 week of practice for 6 weeks off and back for 1 week. So can't beat him up on his performance. He had a couple tighter matches than we like, but you got to remember that the kid was hurt.
He's mean.
Yeah,
he's really mean.
He's a really mean little kid.
Exactly. He's a mean little kid. Yeah. Meaner than a rattlesnake. Meaner than my son Tom after he wakes up from a nap and he's hungry. Like, just mean. And he finds ways.
Or who got the first medal?
Oh, they both got their first medal, but they both won matches to win to get the medal. But okay, so you know, Greg Urbis is here. Greg Urbis doesn't have to be here. We're in a global pandemic. You know, he's in the group of people that they should be shut in their house. Yeah. But that guy wants to be here.
It's Greg Urbis, though.
He is a freak of nature.
Yeah, he's a good guy. I think he missed the first match this morning because he was at Mass. So after Mass, he came out and watched the rest of the matches.
He's right on the mat. He's right next to the scorer's table. I look over there. He's got his sweet Ohio pin on. I'm pumped to see him. And he's just, you know, like a gracious guy. And
how much place to put him than on the mat.
That's true. But how much do you think that inspires these kids when they see a legend, a living legend, who's there to watch him at a junior high event?
They love it. I would imagine they all. Well, I mean, they're kids, so they might not know the true gravity of it when they look back, when they're my age, and they look back, and it'll be something really special for them.
Driscoll won a crazy overtime match. I mean, it was a wild match with Contos. There was just performances up and down. Guys I just saw that I was like, I was really impressed with them.
And they're all St. Ed's kids. They're all, they all grew up in that room. We had 2 visitors. We were allowed to have 4. We had 2 hosts, so we picked up 2 visitors, and they did really nice job for us. We appreciate them. But my guys really performed well.
Reloading the machine, re-oiling the machine, re-greasing the machine, just like keep turning them out. How do you guys do it?
Well, it's kind of interesting you asked that because we were talking about that earlier. You know, we demand loyalty from our kids, and we promise them loyalty back. And, you know, we're always in their corner. Will coach with integrity. We just build that culture in them, and my kids, they would rather jump off a bridge than wrestle on another team. They're good kids.
Where do we go from half? After half, who's the next coach? Would you be the next coach? Would Gus be the next? Who's the next coach?
Gus is being groomed right now. Charlie's always a really good candidate, but I don't know. I just stay in wrestling purgatory with the little kids and do my thing and let the smarter people make up their mind what they're going to do with the high school team.
How do you balance this? You know, you showed me this team a couple weeks ago when I stopped in, and we did some product. We talked about Defense Soap. But, you know, getting a team like this, putting a team together, and then keep them together, how hard is that?
Keep them together is the hard part. Injuries. We lost a couple kids with injuries. We could have had even tougher team. But it's okay. I mean, you got to roll with your backups. We have kids that are 3 or 4 deep in our lineup that would win matches here. They just can't make the team. Yeah.
When you look at this, like I always talk about balancing travel, balancing promotions, balancing sales, all this stuff. You're getting into brick and mortars now. There's just so much to do for Defense Soap and run West Shore and be a part of St. Ed's. Do you go to D1 Nationals and get? What do you do? What do you do?
I won't go to D1 Nationals because the same weekend as grade school states.
And that's why you guys don't do that usually.
Yeah.
So you got OAC junior high, you got OAC grade schools, and then Max will be in OAC grade schools, won't he?
Yep, he'll be wrestling Division II 50 pounds.
So will you go to a state tournament, Division I or anything like that?
No, I don't know if you know my stories. I've only been to 3 high school state tournaments ever in my life.
Gus's?
Gus's, yeah. And
That's it?
And I'll wait to go back to Max's.
You never qualified yourself.
I never qualified.
Okay, so listen, this is the Bertine story. Bertine won 1 Ohio State title, but he won 2 NCAA team titles. You never qualified for the Ohio State tournament, but you qualified for the Division I NCAA tournament. Well, that's crazy. Both of those are crazy.
Bertine's story is much better than mine.
Sure.
But yeah.
You never made the Ohio State tournament.
No.
Were you a D3 team?
Wellington was D2.
D2. So, it wasn't like it was D1. D1. A lot of really good guys don't make D1.
I learned how to wrestle in college. There's this guy named Dave Waldors. He's from your neck of the woods. Wally. He beat the living hell out of me for years and taught me how to wrestle in college, basically.
Wally's a Stritch guy, right?
Yeah, Cardinal Stritch.
Oh, man. They had some murderers row. But, okay, where do we go from here? Anything? What's next? Next event for you, OACs?
I'm gonna do some open tournaments with Max, get him ready. He's won his last 3 tournaments. That's cool. He's on a tear right now. I've been taking him into Pennsylvania to try to get him challenged, get him beat, but that hasn't been working too good. So maybe I'll look someplace else. But I need to get him beat before state tournament, so we could rebound from it type deal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A lot of guys think you gotta be like win. When you're 8 years old, you gotta learn how to deal with a loss. So I'm trying to find a loss for him right now. I don't believe in moving him up. He's got to lose in his division is what I want. I could get him beat obviously, but I throw him at 10 and under 60 pounds or something.
We could get hurt though.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. So it's nice to win, but we're looking for a loss right now.
So whatever it takes to run down a loss for Max, that's what you do.
Next couple weeks, and then we'll do open tournaments as a team. I like the kids going through brackets now. Dual meet tournaments are awesome, and it's great for bonding and everything. But you could hide. You could hide from a loss on a dual meet team. You can't hide from a loss in a bracket. So we're gonna make sure that we get some bracket tournaments in.
I know you're a huge fan of face masks. Can I at least see what your face mask is? This is just a little bit of a branding thing for me.
Is it in front or back?
Oh yeah, it's right there. You got it. You got it.
I never wear it, so it's rolled up.
I know. That's a Go High one. But okay, thank you for the time. Congratulations on the OAC Junior High state title. It's your first one, isn't it?
It's our first one, believe it or not. I'm glad. I really love wrestling Wadsworth. I love wrestling Perry. Those guys, they get it. They understand that this is a team event for what is going to happen in the future. And those guys are good. They stick to the rules. They bring their own guys, just like we bring our own guys. And I know we have a bigger pool to draw from. I get that. But there are guys that are going to St. Ed's. We leave kids at home if they're not going to St. Ed's. Just because you're in our club doesn't mean you're not going to St. Ed's. You don't get to wrestle in this tournament. So it's important to do it the right way.
Wadsworth they're really good at growing them, keeping them.
Yeah, they had a little bit of a rough tournament, but don't ever count Wadsworth out. They'll be right back reloading themselves. And Perry had a really nice team, and that's their guys too. So.
All right, Coach. Thank you for the time. Congratulations.
Yep, defend what you built.